Okay, then I'd like to start the meeting of the Hazel Park Amateur Radio Club ARDC Grant Weekly Update for Monday, February 9th, 2026. What I was going to do is I was going to basically go through some of the items that we've gone through and then ask Andrew for an update. Andrew, are you there? Can you hear me and can you talk to
Yeah,
us? Oh,
yeah.
excellent. Okay, so like I said, uh, we'll go through some of the slides and some of the issues that I have on my last go around of this. So what we were talking about last week. So Al, find a review the FCC Part 97 regulations for operating amateur radio station on or near an airport property and confirm that it was a required form to fill out for the current or previous airport sites. I can't, Al, can you bring me up to date on this? Am I?
Well, okay. Last week, no one else showed up to the meeting. I think it was canceled for some reason. But anyhow, Larry and I had a meeting for an hour, about 45 minutes, talking about the South Site and its, semi shortcomings because of its lack of elevation, per se, and the chances of it being moved to the other side of an airport once the new building and hangar is constructed. But that's down the road. And I did touch base with them about meeting the Part 97 requirements for operations. Now, I had thought it was on an airport site regarding basically radio interference. And I searched quite a bit this week extensively, and guess I was misinformed or uh, misread something. And the only thing I can come up with is an antenna close to the proximity, and we don't really need that. We're not at the height requirement that we're going to need to follow and get any kind of FAA approval and on-site airport approval if we're just going to be at 20 feet off the ground, which is currently where it's at right now on a building. And I did get the exact location of it, and later we'll do some. I'd like to show you the line of sight propagation maps that I've done for each of the receive sites. And we can go from there, judging on vector antenna requirements and anything we might need down the line. But no, I don't think that's an issue at this point. Although, after finding the location of the airport and seeing exactly where the antenna is located on that little building, it's pretty low to the ground. The receiver, I think, is it's not up to par. It's compromised. I don't think it's at its full potential. Output power, nobody knows how much output power it is. The last I heard, everyone thinks it's a Micor out there for the
Yes, it is.
receiver.
I can confirm it. Yeah,
Okay.
I know for a fact it is. Yeah.
We don't know how much power. We know we got a new antenna. It's just not that high, unfortunately. And the line of sight propagation map that I have later shows you it's basically just going into the trees to the northwest of it as it tries to get elevation through the trees and into the main receive site. So that site's not really conducive to what we want unless we can get up in the air. But the other site, the east side, is beautiful. I mean, we have line of sight right to it, no problems if we want to go with a vector antenna arrangement array down the road. So we know that one's still good. Um, but curious enough, I'm still, we don't know. I have a list of things. So if you want to go through what you got first, maybe it'll answer some of the questions on my list. My main concern, though, is that circulator. Can you bring us up to date on what happened? Did you get that rectified? Did we get a new one? How did we get that
Good
replaced?
question. Good question. All right. So I reached out to the company. They're all on board. I got to send it back. It's been sitting on my desk for 3 days now, 4 days, something like that. So I'll get that in the mail tomorrow. I'll take it down to UPS tomorrow. I did talk to them, and I wrote up a whole thing. I did. screenshots of the spectrum analyzer. And basically, what I'm showing to them is that when you put the circulator in line, there's supposed to be like 4/10 of a dB insertion loss. And it's like 40 dB or something ridiculous like that, right? And then when you go to the wide screen and you look at the graph on it, it's not right. So without a doubt, it's malfunctioning. So the question really is, so why is it? And also, to me, according to what I've seen, it's a little bit off frequency. Now, the question is because it's off frequency, could that have caused the failure because it heat up because there was so much energy, it was trying to suppress a 100-watt signal, probably 80, 90 watts, whatever it actually is. So we're not sure, but I'll get
Right.
that packed up and
And you're not sure what path failed. Was it the isolator path? What path failed on it, and the reason it fails basically is because of reflected power. So if it was reflected power that caused it to fail, there's a problem further down the line, like the coax or the antenna. So
right.
that's
Well,
what I'm
so
thinking about.
that data sheet that was sent says it's rated for 60 watts at 100% duty cycle. And if you look at 100 watts, it's something like 60% duty cycle. So I think the issue is it was just under spec from the start.
Well, that
Right,
could
and we
be.
didn't, and there wasn't a data sheet provided after it was tuned, and that's what I'm was questioning about the tuning of it. Where's the data sheet that proved it was tuned to 146.64, as opposed just to the general data sheet that Telwave has on their website, the PDF file, which doesn't match the antenna farms data sheet that they show for that model. Now, again, have we found out why the wrong model was ordered, Joe?
Well, so
Yeah, that
are you talking about the 1530 versus the 1560?
Correct. The 1560
So
has twin
the
isolator. Right.
yeah, the only difference between the 1530 and the 1560 is that the 1530 is guaranteed 30 dB isolation. The 1560 is guaranteed 60.
Right. Now, if you
That's the
go to the
only
antenna
difference.
farms, if you go to the antenna farm spec on those two, they show an operational frequency difference. So I don't know
So
which
are you
site is
you have to look at the 1530, you have to look at the last character because there's a 1530, a 1530M, and a 1530H. And in
okay,
all the
right?
emails that were being sent around, people were getting all of those confused. So at the
yeah,
very least, we need either a 1530M or a 1560M because that's the first model
CM.
that's rated.
We want the
No
CM.
M.
We
No,
want a
see,
CM cavity mount, right? Don't we want
I don't
these
know if
for a
they
cavity
make
mount?
I don't know if they make the 125-watt ones in cavity mount.
Well, that's what we want if they do. And according to Telwave spec sheets, they do have a 1560 CM. Now, whether or not that's what we ordered, and Antenna Farm swapped it out for the 1530H or 1540, whichever one it is, or why we ordered the 1530 to begin with over the 1560, whichever, the H, the Y, the M, the CM.
yeah. I think I know what happened because I went back and I looked up the original sheet. So originally, when I put together the first, what do you call it? List of equipment list, right?
Bill
So
of
it that
material, right,
that
BOM, right?
that came from me. I mean, I put the 1530 in, and I honestly I just didn't really look at it closely enough because I was trying to do the whole sheet and the circulator. It's at the time just seemed like that's such a small part. It's like, what's the big deal? So I just went through that quick, and then it got replicated onto a sheet that somebody else did. I think maybe Mike did another sheet or something. The VPC, I think, did a sheet, and then it got it just got copied and copied and copied. So I don't know that it was uh, uh what can so that's where it started from. So anyway,
Deliberate on their end or what?
the
You don't
what?
think that's deliberate that they missent the wrong one to begin
No,
with?
we ordered the 1530. That
Yeah,
was on the,
everything, all the documentation that I've seen hasn't necessarily been from Antenna Farm. It's just been a document that has a part number on it.
Right,
I
a
think what
PO,
really matters is what was actually sent, requested from Antenna Farm and what was on the, bill of lading that they sent us. So I don't know if anyone has that email that's directly from Antenna Farm.
I
and how
do.
about a
I'm trying to
packing
find it as
list?
we speak, so hold on a minute.
That and a packing list perhaps, and what came with the package. There should have been some kind of packing list.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to say
there was.
um,
Well,
based
who
on what
has the
I
packing
saw.
list?
I think I have it here somewhere.
Yeah,
I
based on
saw
what
it.
I saw from all the documents, we ordered a 1530 and we paid for a 1530, and that's what we got. So there's no they sent us the wrong thing or anything like that. Based
And
on
that
all of the documentation that we have, it's we just ordered the wrong thing.
right, and
Granted, they
the 1530 is $888 more expensive than the one that we need. That's another thing. We
no
spend
the
an extra.
the 1560 is more expensive.
No, it isn't. Look again, Andrew. Look at the website.
That just sounds
Fifteen
remarkable to me.
thirty. 1530
Hey,
is
Al,
3,000. Right.
that just sounds remarkable to me. There's no way that the 1530 could be more expensive than the 1560.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would be
So
very
I think
surprised.
I
I'd be
remember seeing this in the email that you sent. It's not, you were looking at the 1530M versus the 1560, I believe.
okay.
And the 1560 is 1,900. It was $2,000 at the time we ordered it, 1999, and that's what was on the original check for the original amount that we thought, and then a bill came back for $888 more. That I don't know who that was sent to and where that originated from. Something about a tariff charge. And
Yeah.
if you look at their website again, I I sent I sent screen grabs of all their prices, weeks ago, so this could all get clarified, and still I guess it isn't. So I'll reiterate, the 1530 is $2,900 and the 1560 is $1,900, 1999.
So
So
on that picture that you
$1,000,
sent, that
right?
that that has the 29.99.95 for the 1530. What is the last letter in that title? I'm
I
looking
have
at the
the
picture
only
right now.
right. The
It's
only
the
one right. They have an M or something, not an M, but an H, is it?
Yes, and that's rated for 300 watts.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
what I've been trying to say for like the past couple of weeks here. There's a T1530, a
right,
T1530 CM, a
right.
T1530M, a T1530H.
Do you
We
have their
have to make
website?
sure.
You have
Do
it
you
on
have
your
their
screen?
website pulled up right now? I don't
No,
have the website pulled up.
I'm on my phone right now, but I'm
Okay.
looking at the screenshot that you sent.
Right. Now look closely at the Antenna Farms specifications for the 1530 and look at the megahertz. What does the
Yeah,
megahertz say?
148 to 174, but that's the 1530H. That's not the 1530.
And the 1560 is that also. The 1530, whichever one is on the website, shows 178, was 178 megahertz or something, 150 to 178. It was way out of our range. So that's what I'm wondering. Why did we order one that was out of the range that we need?
We didn't. We didn't. It's in the range. It was set to 146.640, and there was a sticker on it that said as much. I think it's a matter. We'll find out when I got to get it over to UPS. I'll run it over tomorrow morning, and I apologize. But let them take a look at it. They'll determine what's going on. But what I did find was it was a little bit off frequency, and we'll have to, let them evaluate it, and then we'll see if we find, if their evaluation fits in with ours. Okay. Okay. So that's the, and I was trying to find the, well, anyway, so, all right, let's, move on here. Okay, so there's that. Andrew, what else you got there for us? I have here, oh, wait, where's the, oh, here we go. Okay. So we talked about that. We're going to, we'll coordinate, with, oh, I see. Okay. So Larry's who's not on here. I spoke with him earlier today. I don't know why he's not here, but coordinate with the principal of Davis Aerospace to ensure that the radio equipment that we left there is secured, inventoried, and not lost during their upcoming move, because they're going to move from that building to the airport. This is not happening tomorrow, obviously. I mean, it's going to be maybe another within the year, something like that. So we'll follow up on that. The next thing, so the frequency reallocation filing, is it needed if the VHF repeater is moved? Well, we're hoping it's not moved, and Mark is here, W8MAF, and I don't know that we've had much movement in the last 2 weeks, but is there anything, Mark, that you can report on how things are looking over there at the Prentice apartment building?
I'm still waiting to hear back from Gary because I
Yeah.
can only do so much here.
Right, understood. Totally understood, and we appreciate your efforts on this. And yeah, we'll need to take a look
Yeah,
at
I
it.
mean, because really, you and Kim are the
Yeah,
ones who have the best pull on this,
yeah, yeah.
and that's what I was telling you a long time ago.
Right, 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 right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, if it doesn't get done, I'm doing what I can, but if nothing else gets pulled, you better start looking
Yeah. Yeah.
unless you want to take a long time on this. Because
Yeah.
it looks like it's moving slow because JSL doesn't play ball.
It does appear. I mean,
Well,
I'm getting the
I
same.
knew that a long time ago. I've worked with them. They're terrible to work with.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Gary's has the same problem with them.
Well, our alternate, of course, is out at the university, Oakland University. So I,
Well, I think you might want to talk to Mark Raymond about the
yeah.
other possibility. I mean, you want to stay in this corridor, don't you? And support where the club is.
Oh, yeah. We want Oakland
Right.
and Macomb County primarily, and whatever
Right.
else we can get along with it. And Wayne County, sorry, Oakland, Wayne, and Oakland, Wayne, and Macomb County are our primary counties. Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you for that report. Not the report we wanted to hear, but it's
I've
what we got,
also
and we'll move forward with it.
and
Yeah,
I've also told him, just FYI, that if he wants us or do a presentation to Nancy, if that's going to help. So if they say that, I'm going to depend on you to step in there.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
All right.
absolutely. I can, but thanks for the work so far. So okay, this is we'll keep moving forward on that. Okay, thank you. Um, now I mean, leave it to AI, right? Read this next thing, Al. So look into the current status and requirements for the Tea Garden building. I thought that was funny. I think that's the other building at the airport, I believe, right? Um,
Oh,
for future equipment moves,
Teagarden, John
including
Teagarden. Let's see. Future equipment moves.
the Tea Garden building. That's very
Yeah,
funny.
I was talking about John Teagarden. Um, status requirements. It has nothing to do with the airport right now at this point. But on that token, on that note, John, a couple months ago, during the build at where's my quote? Oh, hang on. I gotta get
Okay,
my audio going. At the quote unquote repeater site,
right. Okay, yeah,
and when John was there, he did mention three things of importance actually about the internet connections at all three sites. There, he said we can get an internet connection at the water tower, which we'll need. There's an
which,
internet connection right at
which
the
we have.
at the east site, and there'll be an internet connection at the south site. Um, but also he mentioned, in addition, that he believes that there is still in two locations the Dart's old antennas still erected on the side of two towers. The one behind Green Acres Park, WOMC, I think it is, and
Yeah.
the other one behind the Federation at about 300 feet. That's where the tower, the antenna transmitter used to be located
Oh,
many years
WLD.
ago.
It's I forgot what it is now, but
I have information on that location and the contact people also.
you
So,
do. Oh, excellent.
yes. So I think, right. I'll provide that information to your um, site locator committee. And I don't know who was on that. I think you had TOI John and Len and Mark,
Well, I
uh,
think aren't you on
UBX, I
that?
think.
Aren't you on that committee? I think you're on that committee.
I'll provide you guys with the information, but if you want to pound the pavement and make the connections, go ahead.
Right.
I tried connecting to the Graham Media Corporation for the WDIV tower, and I don't know if the person that was on the email chain is still available in that position or not. So I don't know if it just went to spam mail. I never got a reply, but I
Right.
do have other
Right.
ways of finding out, the connections for these other possible antenna sites that John
Right.
mentioned. So I think we should ask John, perhaps, maybe someone
Yeah.
could that sees them on a regular basis. You know,
Doesn't it's Jeff Bezos, isn't it?
ooh,
He
yeah.
owns the Washington Post, and
If
Washington
we only,
Post owns Channel 4. Yeah.
yeah, if we only had his connections, hell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So maybe someone can ask John if that's true or not, and how we can find out. Perhaps that's a site. That tower behind, just to the south of the Federation. I'll pull up some pictures later.
You see, one of the things though, Al, to keep in mind is, look at if we're going to go through the trouble of moving the repeater, and I'm not saying we're going to, I'm just saying if things turn out after, trying, we probably want to go more north and west so we can cover that corner in Oakland County. And when you do the maps and find the exact center point, it just lands right on Oakland University, right there near the engineering building. So
Well, the
I kind of
transmitter doesn't need to be there. You want the transmitter where most of the club's going to be, around Hazel Park, and you can have the relay sites out there. But if your transmitter is high enough, you won't have to be out in those locations. Hell, look at the Spirit of 76, right?
right, right,
They're at 700 feet, and they get to three different counties, the whole county. They don't have any
right.
problems with their footprint for their traffic net. So
Oh, I
uh,
see. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all about the elevation, really. So it
yeah,
doesn't really matter at this point, as long as we have the elevation. And for the most part, the Federation is pretty well elevated. It's not as tall as a tower. It's not as isotropic as a tower. There's a lot of reflection being eaten up instead of just the ground.
right,
So you got the building below you, and now you're under an umbrella, and you have your downward angle comes back into play. So,
right, right.
you know, I
Okay, so
I
let's,
think we definitely, we got to nail this down. That's the thing. We can't spend any more of this money until we know what we're going to need for antenna installation.
well, that's right. I mean,
So
that's
this is
right.
why
And
this is really important. We can't really move anywhere else with this grant and spending it until we know how much we have to reserve. Now, I'm
right,
curious, Joe, a couple of weeks ago, you were going to reach out to a commercial installer and try to get a price, a quote, to have something erected on top of the Federation. And I'm curious if
right.
you ever got that quote back yet or not.
Yeah, so that's these guys here,
Yeah.
the
Remember, you
antenna
were
man.
going to reach out to them?
Yes. Well, but we don't see, we need a location because they can't give us a price unless we have the location. So everything is kind of
Right. We're
Yeah,
we're stagnant. We can't move forward. We
right,
don't know how much anything's going to cost for antenna installation. And because we got a 20-foot one-piece antenna, we can't take it up in pieces and erect it on the roof ourselves.
right,
So that
right.
was a problem
Nor,
with the logistics that I was concerned with in the beginning
yeah,
when I recommended the folded dipole multi-bay antenna. You know, it's directional and it could be taken up there in the elevator in pieces for the most part. So, but that's,
yeah,
I digress. That's neither here nor there at this point. We got to figure out how much it's going to cost. How much do we have to reserve out of what we got left?
right,
The worst case scenario, can you get a quote from them? They don't have to do the job. All they need to do is quote it.
right,
So if you
right.
get a quote from them, we'll have an idea as to how much it'll cost not only to put there, but perhaps at another facility similar to it.
Right.
At least we got an idea as to how much it'll cost and how much to allocate
Okay.
for it. So that's got to be top priority,
Yeah.
right? As well as that circulator. Now I do have Antenna Farm's website pulled up. I mean, I can show you guys exactly what they have there and how much it is, and it's exactly what I recommended. So if you want to see it,
Okay.
okay, hang on,
Well,
please
yeah.
current.
Well, hold on. Hey, Al.
Okay, here we go.
Let, Al.
Okay,
Well, you just want to talk. Oh, okay. Go
there
ahead.
you go. I'm sharing. Too late. Okay, so you can see the Telwave T1530H right there on the left.
Right. And that's sort of what
Right.
we have, different
You
connectors,
see,
but
you
that's,
see
yes,
the
that's
so
correct.
specs 148 megahertz to 174.
Yeah, that's not the one we have then. That's not the
That's the
one. The
one you
one we
ordered.
have,
Look at the
oh,
price,
right, 146.640. That,
29.95,
I
right?
have a picture of it somewhere and I can't find it. I'm like,
Yeah, the one that we have has holes in the front for the field tuning. So we have the 1530, not the 1530H.
Take the screen here.
I'm trying,
So 1530, okay. So we don't have any specs. We don't know the bandwidth on that one then. So
we
we
do.
have one that's similar to the 1560 here on the right. You still see, yeah, you see on my screen. See
Yeah,
the
we see it. We see
1560
it.
over
Yeah.
here? See the two isolators
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
tuning
I see it.
caps? So you can tune the capacitors underneath these caps.
Right. But we don't want to get into that because I don't want to touch it because
Now
if
see
it's under
here,
warranty, that let
right,
him,
right. Don't you touch it, no. But
yeah.
you see the frequency coverage here on the 1560. No, I don't know if this is the CM or not. There's a CM
I don't,
model that's a
yeah.
cavity mount. If we can get that one, that's the one we really want. But this
No,
one is
it doesn't have enough power handling.
the 1560 doesn't?
Click on the 1560. When that comes up, click on documents, right in the middle there,
Yeah, and it
and then
goes back to the
click on that product specifications.
and it goes to Telwave.
Yeah,
Right.
this is the data sheet. So if you look right in the middle there where it says power level and duty cycle, for 100% duty cycle, which the repeater is, right? Because
Right,
it's always transmitting anytime it's receiving, it's 60 watts. And
right.
we're putting out 100, right?
Now we're not going to be able to cover that in either one of them, for that matter.
Where did this come from? Because
And
this
see
was
the
not,
power level?
was
That's
this
for
on
both
the antenna
models.
farm?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the first one was this is Telwave spec sheets right from Telwave.
Right. But
This is at Telwave. This is through Antenna Farm. They uploaded Telwave spec sheet. Now, why? So there's a 1530 up
that,
here at the top. That's
yeah, but
probably the
that's,
one we got, right? Is
right,
that the
that
one you
is the
got?
one we have. But we did not, the
And here's a
problem, I believe,
1560
is
cavity
that
mount.
the problem is antenna farm uh is not showing this. They're showing something different because that's the first time. Antenna farm is showing where it says specifications. That's all they're showing is down there, and you can see
Yeah,
the
back
ins
here. And then you go back one more.
what do you do here?
So here's the two of them on their page again. 1530. We'll click
Right.
on that one.
Okay.
reviews, description. They don't have a spec sheet for this one, strangely
Yeah,
enough.
they also say it's 150 watt maximum input, which is incorrect. Because
Yeah,
even if you assume that it's that's like its absolute max, not its usable max.
He says
right. This
maximum
one,
power input 300 watts.
right,
Yeah, that's
shows
the
300 watts.
1530M.
Yeah, so they're the way they're
Well, this is
advertising
the
this.
H. They don't even have the other ones listed.
Yeah.
And
This is all
actually,
the H.
that's incorrect for the 1530M as well. The 1530M should be 115 watts.
Right, should be. If I get that screen back.
So that's how that thing got ordered incorrectly because the information is a little bit dubious there.
Okay, and if you show right in the middle, it shows power level, duty cycle,
Right.
and it's
So
obviously the same for both models. So it doesn't matter if it's the 1530 CM 1560. It doesn't matter which one it is. According to the manufacturer, the duty cycle at 100 watts is only 6 out of 10 minutes.
yeah,
So for 4 out of 10 minutes, it should, in theory, in all theory though, the repeater should reset after 2 minutes, right? Doesn't it have a 2-minute reset just for
3
this
minutes.
fact?
It's 3
Yeah, but
minutes.
3
that's
minutes?
that's for continuous use, right? So I could key it up for 2.5 minutes, unkey it for 10 seconds, key back up for another
Yeah,
2.5 minutes.
theoretically correct, right. But we got to figure out which one we need because they're both showing different scenarios here. The frequency band for both of the ones from Telwave show 118 to 174. Now, if you go to the antenna farm, the 1530s are 148 to
Wait, can you
174.
scroll back up?
Okay,
And what is the letter at the end of 1530?
is H, right?
Yes, so that's not on that other data sheet. That other data sheet is only for the 1530, the 1560,
Right.
and the 1530 and 60 CM.
So we have no idea really what the one is for this one.
The 1530H is 300 watt. Yeah, 300 watt maximum power and 148 to 174 range.
Right. And that's not the one we sent. Now, is that the price we paid? $29.95? Can we verify how much we got, how much we paid for the one that we got? Because
Yeah.
that's the only one they're showing for 1530. Now, if we go back to the other one,
Looks like it was 100 and or 1,199.
that's how much the 1560 is. Okay. So if the 1560 is 1,199, I'll get to it here in a second. It's down here somewhere. There it is. So their price went up a little bit since we ordered it, and so did the other one. So if you take 1,000, what do we say, 199,
Hey,
and $889 to it, it comes out to roughly $2,000. So that is the price that we intended on paying in the first place for the 1560, which, it's 118 to 174 megahertz, dual isolators, 70 dB, which is really good. We're in the city, we want that. But it says here only for 150 watts. That should be enough.
No, that's incorrect,
So-
right? Because on the data
What?
sheet, it's
Yeah.
50.
Yeah, and then you go to the data sheet, read more. Here we go, specifications, documents, product specification. Power, where's the power? Input power, C graph, okay, power level 100, duty cycle 60. So they don't show for either one of them any difference in power inputs. So
all right, so
something's wrong.
hey,
Something is wrong. Yeah.
Al, I have a good idea.
All right.
I'm going to call him tomorrow. Let's get on the line. Why don't we'll do a conference call. You can join in and we'll talk to them and we'll get this sorted out. Because it is
So-
misleading. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's a little bit misleading, and that's why I think the wrong model number may have gotten ordered because it's a small
And that's what I'm saying, because that's how much we
detail.
originally thought it was going to be, 1,100, 1,000, $1,200, right? And then we got tagged, we got hit with another $900 price indifference,
Yeah.
and that would be the difference between the 1560 and the 1530.
All right.
So
So let's talk. We'll talk to them tomorrow. All right.
not
I'll give you a
only
call in the morning.
okay,
Are
not
you like maybe
yeah,
around,
I'm around all day. So
11?
not
Yeah.
only
Okay.
is
I'll
it
give
the
you a
wrong
call.
one, hopefully it's not broken. So
Yeah.
if it is, and it's their fault because they tuned it out of spec according to
Yeah.
what they have listed.
So,
They got a 170, 150,
right.
148 to 178. Now
Right.
we're at 146, right?
Right. Right.
All right.
So,
So
okay. 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 I've run on that beach, and it's amazing to be able to do that. Of course, that was many, many decades ago, but back in my running days. Okay, so here we have Andrew. I know uh, I don't know that we have much more to report. Last time we looked at this, any thoughts, any ideas of when we might be able to move ahead? I guess once the weather breaks, we get a little bit warmer. But I just wondering if this is still in effect and everything is still okay with it, right?
Yeah, we went over on Saturday and got the transmit or the receive path all figured out now. So you could key up, turn everything on, key up on the input, and then it repeats it on the output.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
I mean, everything's working. I think the only things that I know that are still open is we're gonna we need those three coax cables and the circulator to put in there to wire everything up through the amplifier and all that other stuff. We still have to wire up the amplifier because we've been doing all of the testing just into a dummy load right from the repeater. So there's that. There's the final wire routing. And then I think we're gonna shift a few things around. It's mostly just moving the power supply down to be closer to the amp and moving the networking stuff all the way up. And then the power supply is probably going to end up going below the repeater above the amp or something like that. Um, I'd say once we probably want to wait till it gets a little bit warmer out because I think we should probably
Yeah.
um, take everything out and then clean up the rack and just put a fresh coat of paint on the side um, just
Okay.
to kind of clean it up. And but other than that, I mean it's if we had to get it installed tomorrow, it would just be the coax and circulator. Everything else in seems to be working. I did take the computer home to configure All-Star a little bit more, but that's all, going pretty well too. So,
Good.
yeah, like I
Good.
said, we tested it, it's working, everything seems to be working. So, um, you know, everything I'd say above the RF path is good.
Right. Oh, okay.
that's a good question now. The All-Star. What's become of the All-Star node?
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about that. Hold on.
I think Andrew
Uh,
was going to talk about that Wednesday. Weren't you going to talk about that Wednesday, Andrew?
Oh, that's just gonna kind of be a overview of what All-Star is and how it interacts and how you'd use it. Um,
Okay.
the only open item we have is getting the All-Star node. Yeah, I just got to get the login from Joe, and then I could go in there and generate all the node numbers. But
but
that should be pretty straightforward to switch everything over. Right now, it's just set up as a private node.
right, right. So we want to associate that with this is what I have on this. And but you've taken it a step further, but we need to transferred to the club, so
He
it's
need, he
more of a,
needs your login information, Joe. You need to send him your login information into All-Star that you created for this, your All-Star account. You
oh,
need to send
Yeah,
Andrew your credentials.
because you're the trustee. Yeah, the trustee is the one that has to get the account.
okay. I'll have to get that sorted out as well. Okay. All right. Now,
And
one
then when
other,
you get that node, I can finish these QSL cards so we can work on
oh,
another avenue and getting these QSL cards
right,
printed. So,
right.
everything is getting hung up on one thing or another. So we really
Yeah,
gotta start nailing this shit down.
yeah. And we need your help on that. Yeah. So let's talk tomorrow, you and I. I'll give you a call. Uh, and I'll I'll get to gather the information on the All-Star uh the login information.
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
I'm busy tomorrow, but I'll be at the library probably around like 6:45 ish.
Okay, on
Probably
Wednesday, you
even.
mean? Yeah. So
Yeah,
can you
probably
help?
even
Yeah,
earlier. So.
I sent you the presentation. I'm not going to be there, right? You know that?
Oh yeah, no, okay.
Yeah. So could you do the Len is going to lead the meeting, but if I sent you the PowerPoint, and if you can display it, we'll get with Len and see which there's way too many slides for this short amount of time that we have, but whatever slides you want to pick out, we'll get those and go from there. So thanks
Is
for.
there a VGA on that projector? Because I don't have a HDMI on my laptop.
Oh, no. So we need a VGA, which I happen to have one, I think somewhere. A VGA to HDMI converter.
Yeah.
All right, I'll look around. I'll see. Somehow we'll figure that out. Oh, good point though. Thanks. That's the kind of thing that when you discover it while you're setting up, it's not always a pleasant thing, but we'll okay, great. We'll get that. All right.
I gotta hop off now, but if there's anything else, just shoot me an email. I'll send an email too with the link to the All-Star presentation.
Great. Okay. Well, Andrew, thanks. Thanks for joining and I don't have a lot for tonight and we pretty much covered it. But if there's something comes up in the meantime, I'll let you know. So, okay.
Before Andrew runs, did the asset tags get ordered and delivered, and have they been affixed yet?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not since I've been there on Saturday.
Yeah, no. The asset tags, hold on. So they have not, but they need to get, oh, yeah. Okay, so that goes on the list of things to do.
Yeah, Dave was going to take care of that, so I don't know. He's not here tonight.
Yeah.
We don't know
No,
if he done that yet or not. So
I think he's
okay,
on
yep,
vacation.
keep that on the list of things to go over
Excellent.
next week.
Okay,
And next week we'll go over the maps I have, 3D maps for the vector line of sight, or the line of
yeah,
sight paths for the vector antennas.
yeah. Okay, anything else? That's about it, really. That's all that I have for right now.
We want to also think about remote receiver upgrades too. I've been mentioning that now for a couple of weeks. Also,
Yeah.
I don't know where the list goes. I don't see lists generated every week. So we used to get an AI list of what was talked about. I don't see that anymore. And a
Oh,
lot of the video gets edited out, so you can't even really count on going back to
well,
go over anything you discussed.
I will
So
promise you,
that's kind of
you will see
futile.
it. We'll get that out to everybody this week for sure, for the to-do list for the week. Absolutely. Good point.
What when are you coming back, Joe?
I'm only going away for 3 days, so,
Hey,
maybe I'll be up north, but
hey, how come I look like Zelensky?
yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
Are this meeting, Wednesday's meeting will be Zoom telecast, right?
Yes, it will.
Simulcast?
Yeah, everything will be the same. Len will lead it and with backup from Andrew there on the technology and so on. So we're going to walk through that all tomorrow with Len and go through the slides and figure out, maybe fine tune it a little bit more to his liking there. Okay, that's what I have here for now for this
Hey,
week.
look, we're the talking heads.
The talking head. Yeah, and then we'll get the guitars and the drums. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Appreciate you hanging in there. And I'm sorry that I won't see you on Wednesday, but I'll be there in spirit. So anyway, okay. Thanks again. We'll see you all. Take care. Bye bye.
See you later.
See you later, Gator.